Alok, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
What brings you to Middle East electricity?
Um, we've got a lot of new products that Cummins is launching. We come to Middle East electricity every year, but this year is special for us. We're launching new products. We've got a new 350 kVA, which is on the booth, which we are displaying. We've got Power Command Cloud, which is a new way of dealing with remote monitoring, solutions. That's something that we have on display. And then we have our largest product, the 3500 kVA product, which is also on display. What we've also done is we've got our distributors over here for them to have a look on our new products, so they get energized about what Cummins is investing in and developing, and hopefully that wins us more business in the market. So that's why we are here.
So your gensets, what problem do they solve?
The basic need of electricity, in today's environment, everybody needs electricity now and they can't wait. So our products actually, there are three broadly, categories in which we sort of, support markets. One is, we provide complete solutions for electricity. So if there's a customer that has got a need for power, we can, provide a solution per unit, dollar per unit sort of a solution. That's something that we do in the context of Nigeria, where there's little electricity and there's a huge demand and people don't really want to know what they're using. It's like a black box, but we provide them with a complete solution to make sure that they have electricity 24/7. So that's one area where we are providing electricity 24/7 and it works all the time. The second area is backup, where you have a stable grid, but there are outages. And when you have those outages, we provide backup power. That's where our diesel technology, diesel-based power generation equipment plays very well. The other example that I gave you, the context of Nigeria, that was more gas-based. And then we also have other, niche applications where Cummins sort of, participates in cranes, data center backups, backup for any big installation. So those are things that we do. We also do a lot of diesel prime power solutions as well, because gas is not available everywhere. So if you take the context of certain countries where there's no gas supply, we have solutions that can meet their power requirements as well.
Are there any particular regions that you're predominantly focused on or you have a larger deployment in?
So my role in Cummins is for Africa and Middle East, but if you take the overall context of Cummins, we are in all the continents. And if you take the US is one of our big markets, India, China, they are also very big markets for us. You take the context of Middle East and Africa, UAE, for example, or Saudi Arabia, that's a big market for us. And when you take Africa, we've got Nigeria, which is the biggest market, and then South Africa, which is also a very exciting market for us.
What are microgrids? How do you fit into microgrids?
Microgrids have different definitions, but the earlier example that I gave you of Nigeria, we actively participate in distributed generation and microgrids. In fact, we provide energy solutions, electricity solutions to customers where there is no grid supply or the grid is just available for 12 hours a day. So we provide gas-based electricity solution in the context of Nigeria, where we own the assets. We work with joint venture partners to make sure that we provide electricity 24/7 to customers, and they use the grid as a substitute and use the gas-based power generation equipment as the primary source of power.
So you're not just a technology provider, you're also a generator.
We are generating, we have different plays. So we are an equipment provider. Cummins owns majority of our distribution network, so we supply the equipment, support it as well. So that's the equipment sale, play. And then we provide complete solutions for, energy, electrical, needs. And then we also go complete right to the other side, where we say, we are your energy provider and you pay us $1 per unit for a 10-year period of time. So we manage the entire spectrum depending on the needs of the client.
As grids become more stable, or there are other solutions like energy storage, will there remain a need for gensets?
There will be a need for gensets, and Cummins as a company will also evolve, providing different solutions, not just diesel-based power generation equipment. But recently we've done some work in the UK where we are providing electricity for peaks. So when it's easy for smaller units to bridge the capacity that the grid needs, rather than investing in a 100 or 200 megawatt power plant. So there's a lot of requirement for distributed generation, especially for peaking application. I think that application would continue. And then I think things will evolve in terms of how people consume electricity over time. And diesel technology over time will move to different fuels or different solutions, and we are actively working in that direction as well.
Alok, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.